Okay, this is your original swing or the first swing you did that day. And this is something you will kind of fight in your swing. Uh, so the golf swing, basically, we have loaded up energy on the way back. We're trying to get energy back to the ball. That's you hitting the bag on the way down. And the slingshot effect after the impact. Now, every golfer, one thing you will always fight, or always instinctively fight, is to get power in the wind up the wrong way. So you basically have six things you can move. You can move your shoulders, you can move your hips, you can move your wrist. Those are the three bag things you do to try to get power in your backswing. What we're trying to use is the ground as a force, the core muscles, and your arms as a part of that keeps everything kind of like a spring instead of a twist. So when you go that, your first initial move is pretty good there. That's something we worked out. You used to roll the wrist a lot in that first move. You don't really do that anymore, which is great. So initially going here, and you are trying to load here what we did from the first part, but right about here, here's where your shoulders start taking over the swing. You'll start twisting. And that right shoulder start pulling back, the arm pulls back, and now the weight is on the outside or towards this hip. And the problem for that is that you've made yourself top heavy. In other words, there's not a natural way for you to start down here. You're only going to be able to start up top in your swing, and that's when your shoulders twist, and they twist away from the ball. And as they twist this way, to get energy, your club has to, so your club has to flip through to get it back. So now you're flipping and pulling up. You might hit it okay, but you're not really getting your true power in your swing, and you're working very hard. So what we want to do in your swing is just kind of feel some more resistance. So what we felt in our swing is to feel that you engage your core muscles, and that's you kind of doing that little crunching feeling in your core. And that tells you right before you swing, you're going to engage that feeling. As you swing back, what we're trying to do initially, push with our feet as a force, but then you're going to resist here from your belt down. This is going to be the resistance, meaning it's not going to try to turn a lot at this point. And what you can do is you'll start feeling these core muscles staying stretched. Now, if you lose the core muscle feeling, then that means you're in this twisting feeling. So if you keep feeling the muscles here and the muscles here pushing this way, then we're good. But if you start feeling the hip and the shoulder and the back, you've gone the other way. So that gives you some feel of what feel more like a spring. As you hear, now when we look at these swings, they don't look any difference in length, but actually the one where you tried to resist had a natural bigger turn than when you didn't. And that's just because you're resisting, which allows you to finish the rotation, and this is kind of pulling, which cuts off someone's rotation. But the big difference here is you have more resistance here instead of up here. And because of that, when you see the bag now, you're going to work energy that way. You'll see the hips kick. See, they move, arms drop. We have all that lag, and then we come back to the bag that way. And see, instead of twisting that way. And after here, you just let it fly. Let it release and let it go. Whatever happens, happens in your swing. So that's really what we worked on. Try to feel that a little bit different so it makes it easier for us to get that power into the bag we want. And that makes it a little bit more consistent. Also, when you chip, I wanted you to feel chipping with your chest and your arms. So this part in the chipping, this part will feel connected, meaning that part of the arms in the core. And the arms down here will be freely swinging and no rest. And that gives you that kind of a swinging feeling. Keep those arms connected and swinging and working for that. So really just kind of feel a load, a hit, and a letting go. So I think that worked a lot pretty good, and we got some much more power in the golf swing. So we just look at a couple pros here. When you do watch, like I said, golfers, what they see is you'll see their lower half in a more of a resisting, and their upper body is moving, but that's where the creating that spring effect right in here, feeling those cores, and then that allows them to spring forward. See the resistance, and that allows him to get in line. So Amron's probably the best example. People think he has a short swing. What he's doing is not really, he just see length. He feels he restricts a lot here, core, and he gets a stretch there, and then now he's got all that power to move from down below, and then that allows him to get his hit.